Hey everybody, back out here at the range with the 7mm-08, the Ruger M77 Hawkeye. So I made a video a year and a half ago or so trying to sight it in and get some good groups, and did okay but not the best. Just about 1-inch groups, maybe a little bigger with this Hornady American Whitetail. And somebody suggested that I torque down my action screws, so there's certain specs that you want to have those set at, so I figured I would go ahead and try that and see how it's going to shoot. So I've torqued them down to within specs, about 35 for the trigger screws, and then about 70 for the angled screw, action screws. So I'm back out here with the American Whitetail, and I've also got a couple other things I'm going to try. I've got some Norma Tipstrike, and these are 160 grain projectiles, and then I've got the Vor-TX 120 grain TTSX. Still just kind of looking for the best load in this gun. And I mainly brought these American Whitetails out as a control because I know they shoot pretty decent. See where I'm at. And I had this sighted in about 2 inches high, and that's right about where I'm at. So that's good, not a big point of impact change. This may be a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch to the left of where I would have expected. Well, and that one looks like it's within about a 1/2 inch or so. That one looks like it was about 3/4 of an inch away from the first shot, so it looks like it might be a little over an inch group. We'll let it cool off a little bit and shoot another group. Okay folks, off camera I went ahead and shot it. I let it cool off. I moved the reticle over to the right about 6 clicks, let it cool off, and shot another 3-shot group, and it's perfectly aligned vertically, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches above the bullseye, and it's shooting, it looks like a 3-shot group under 1 inch. It's probably the best group I've ever shot with this gun. So the idea of tightening down the action screws I think was a really good idea, and I think it might have helped. Okay, here's the target with the Ruger M77 Hawkeye 7mm-08, shooting the American Whitetail 139 grain interlock. The first group was the one here on the left, and I shot these two first, and then this third one, which opened it up to a 1.53 inch group. And then I moved the reticle over 6 clicks and shot the second group, which measuring center to center is 0.71 inches. So I think that's the best group I've ever shot with this gun. So that's really good. I'm certain that the tightening down the action screws helped. And again, this is the American Whitetail, and it's shooting 2,840 feet per second. And it's a interlocked bullet, which is the big lead tip there. And I've actually killed a couple deer with it, and they haven't gone very far at all. Farthest one went was about 5 yards. But I'm gonna let it cool off, and then gonna try to shoot a couple groups with this other ammo and just see how it goes. But so far I'm liking what I'm seeing. So thank you for the person that made that comment and suggested that I torque the action screws. The action screws were a lot looser than what the specs were, so maybe that definitely could have been what was going on. Moved over to the next target and got the 7mm-08 here with the Barnes Vor-TX 120 grain TTSX, and these are rated at 3,005 feet per second. I aimed at the bottom of the bullseye there, and it's hitting the bottom of the bullseye about half an inch to the right. And unfortunately, that one's about an inch and a half to the right. That one was about an inch and a half, inch or so high of the last one, so that's a terrible group. A solid 2 1/4 inch group. The American Whitetail shot really well. That did not shoot well. Okay, this is the Barnes Vor-TX TTSX 120 grains out of the Ruger M77 Hawkeye. So I didn't record the second group again. I don't know why. I didn't think I needed to, but I know you couldn't see the impact while I was shooting, so hopefully this is helpful. This is that first group, so I was aiming for the bottom of the bullseye, and I hit there on the first one, hit here on the second one, hit here on the third one for a 2.32 inch group, so really not very good. But my theory is that when you're changing ammo, sometimes the bullet has to refoul the barrel, and these are all copper bullets, so I let it cool off, and then I shot a second group. And the second group, I did a whole lot better. I was aiming for right in the dead center of the bullseye. This, I ended up doing a 4-shot group because I had this flyer up here. Really kind of ticked me off because this group was really good. So overall, this second group was a 4-shot group with a 2.0 inch spread center to center. And then if you exclude that flyer, this group here in the bullseye is 0.70 inches. So I was actually pretty happy with that. These are cool little bullets, and I kind of want to try deer hunting with them, but don't like the fact that I'm getting those flyers. I actually got another group that I'll show you in a second that had some additional, and it one additional flyer up high. Okay, and here is that third group with the Vor-TX, Barnes Vor-TX 120 grain TTSX. As you can see, I had one flyer way up high for a 2.02 inch group total, 4-shot group. And then if you exclude that one, it's 0.91 inches for the group you're seeing there. And here's the calipers. I forgot to measure that other group for the second group that was small, but okay, here's the third and final factory ammo type that I shot today out of the Ruger M77 Hawkeye. This is Norma Tipstrike 160 grain, and I shot 3 groups with it, starting with the one in the middle here. I was aiming for dead center and got a 1.08 inch group, so I was pretty happy with that. And then I went ahead and shot another group aiming right at the bottom center of the target, and total 4-shot group was 1.60 inch, and then a little bit smaller group there, 1.01, but not the most impressive. And then the last group I shot with it is 0.76 inches center to center. So that's pretty dang good shooting, and I'm really happy to see that. And there you have it. So really happy to see these results. Definitely a little better than I was doing before. And I'm really excited actually about the Tipstrike shooting that good. The Barnes Vor-TX, I think it has some potential, so I might consider, if I'm going to deer hunt with it, just, you know, going back out to the range, making sure it's sighted in exactly, and just run a few rounds through it to make sure it gets fouled up good and it's shooting consistently, and then make my decision from there. But overall, fun day at the range. The Hawkeye is shooting a little bit better now. Some decent groups coming out of that. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like the video and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.